to help me to, is there some way that you can help me to work through this? Is there some way that you can help me just to understand this one thing, right? And a lot of times what happens is that, especially as men, we don't want to say that to our partner because that makes us look weak. That makes us look like we don't know what we're doing, right? But if we just take that time to actually be vulnerable with our partner, and be like, hey, listen, I know you want me to work on A, B, C, D, F, G, but to be honest, I do not know how to work on that. This has been a struggle, and ever since I was young, because a lot of problems, they stem from our young days, right? A lot of problems stems from our younger days, and it's just transferred over into our adult years. But hey, I know you want me to work on A, B, C, D, F, G. I really don't know how, just because I wasn't allowed to show my emotions. I wasn't allowed to do this. I wasn't allowed to do that. So now, for me to do that now, it is difficult. But I need you to help me. I need you to walk with me through this, so that I can be better for myself, but then I can also be better for you. And a lot of times it don't happen that way. A lot of times we just miss the mark, right? And that's okay, because now you've learned, or now you've taken your experience, and now you can transfer it over to the next relationship. And I'm not saying go ahead and go get another relationship like that. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying, though, is that what they've talked about, what they've seen, it's a problem. And you're the person with that problem. So now you can actually deal with it, so that when you go into your next relationship, it's no longer a problem. It's no longer an issue. Now it's something that's now it's not easily managed, but now it's something that's just like, oh, okay, so they said this is a problem, this. Okay, let me work on that. Let me work on that. Oh, my communication stinks. My communication sucked this whole relationship. Oh God. Okay. Let me work on that. Let me see how I can fix that. Let me see how I can do things differently, so that is no longer a problem, right? But bringing it back to accountability in relationships is basically, hey, you walking with me through this? All right, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's go ahead and, and that person should come back to you, not on a daily basis, but maybe once a week. Like, hey, so remember what we talked about? How are you doing that? How are you how are you getting to the point where you don't struggle with this? How are you getting to the point where this is no longer an issue for you? How are you getting to that point? Because that's what I want to know. Because I want to see better for you. So how can I help you on your journey so that I can see better for you? And then not only just me, but how can you see better for you? Because I may want the world for you, but I need you to want the world for you. I need you to want better for you. I need you to want to go out there and just go ahead and live your best life. But I want to know, what can I do to help you get to that point? What can I do that will help you better your life? What can I do? You tell me what I can do, and I'll see what I could do. But if But if you're not going to tell me, if you're not going to let me in, if you're not going to be that vulnerable with me, then honestly, there's nothing I can do. There's no way for me to help you with that. And as men, we need to be that vulnerable with our partner. Especially if we want something to last. If we're just here for if we're here just for a good time and not a long time, then do whatever you want. I didn't say that though. I didn't say that. But you gotta want better for yourself. And not just for yourself, but better for your partner as well. And sometimes you just mess that all up sometimes but we gotta hold our partner. We gotta be our partner's accountability person. And it's not nagging them, right? It's not nagging them saying, oh, you said this. Why are you not doing this? No. Hold on now. That's not what that is about. That's not about that. But it's going to them, hey, remember you said you was going to work on ABCDFG? What are you doing to work on that? And not only what are you doing, how can I help you to work on that? How can I help you to do, I want to go lose weight. Okay, how can I help you to lose weight? How can I help, what can I do that will help you out? And I figure it out together. That's what a relationship is, right? Together. When it comes to friendships, when it comes to a friendship relationship, right? When it comes to a friendship relationship, that person should be in your life to see better for you all the time. Because naturally, right, we are friends, right? So we're friends, and if I see that you're doing something that don't really seem right, I should be able to speak to you about it, and you should be able to receive what I say with the utmost respect, because you know that I ain't trying to disrespect you. I ain't trying to go crazy. I ain't trying to look crazy and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I want to help you be the best version of yourself. And a lot of times what happens is that the disagreements that we may have as friends become more stronger than the bond that we should be creating. And that's the problem. We need to get to the point where we agree and disagree. But yeah, as friends, as true friends, you're always going to have a disagreement with another friend. You're always going to have a disagreement with another person. You're not always going to see eye to eye. You're not always going to be in right standings with that person. But at the end of the day, if we have the rapport that we have, I should be able to come to you and be like, yo, man, what you're doing right now, that's not right. Or I should be able to really tell you that, hey, you're living in sin and you're going to have to get right sometime or another. You're going to have to get right. I should be able to tell you that. And if I can't tell you that, then we're not really friends. We just bystanders. We're just co-mingling together. I don't know what you want to call it. Acquaintances. That's just what we are. Just acquaintances. But once again, if you and I are friends, I should be able just to say anything, almost anything, and you still stand behind me, and you still stand with me. But a lot of times, people, they want to get bent out of shape with something, or they want to get their, I don't like to use this word, but their panties in a bunch. But when it comes to friendships, we've built this friendship. We've had the friendship. You know how I am. I know how you are. So at the end of the day, it should be cool, right? Right? It should be. But like I said, there's things that get in the way of you and I being friends. There's things getting in the way of how we should be handling certain things. And then I can no longer keep you accountable for what you need to be kept accountable. And you no longer can keep me accountable for what I need to be accountable for. Because now we're at odds with each other. Now we're with each other. And I should be able to come to you like, hey man, listen. This is happening in my life. I need help with this. This is happening in my life. I need help with this. I need some advice. They might not be the best advice givers, okay? Because I have talked to some bad advice givers and I'm like, I'm never, ever talking to you again. Because your advice just sucks. Can we be honest? Your advice is not what I want to hear. But it's alright. Not everybody gives good advice, and that's okay. Sometimes coaches don't even give the right plays. Sometimes they give a whole different play, and it's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. No. But when we're talking about accountability with friends, you should be able to get into my life and there'd be no secrets that I have under the table. There'd be no secrets as I have on the table. There should be no secrets at all. We should be able to be vulnerable with one another and getting to each other's space and be like, listen, this is happening. This is what's happening in my life. I don't like it. I don't love it. I need a change. Okay, how can I help you? Right? Just like with the girlfriend thing. How can I help you? How can I help you be your best version for yourself? Now, you're not trying to be the best version for your friend now, because that's a little weird. It's a little weird now, okay? Now stop it. But you want to know, oh, get out of here. I think he left. I'm not sure. But you want to be the best version that you can be so that you can help other people who have been struggling with ABCDFG, PORN, LUST. I hope I'm spelling these words right. But yeah, you want to be that person that's going to help other people get out of this. Help other people get from where they are down. Had a bug in my mouth. Get from where they are now to get to moving them into a better space, a better atmosphere, a better ... better ... better ... That's what accountability is, and that's what we need to do for everybody. Flat across the board. Anybody that you meet. Now, I'm not saying that you're always going to be in someone's life. I'm not saying that you're always going to get into someone's life, because not everybody is that vulnerable. Not everybody is willing to spew out that information, right? Not everybody's willing to do that. But for those who are willing, for those who are saying, you know what, man, I need somebody to come into my life and get into my space. Okay. So how can I do this? For you, how can I do this? Let me know.